Hi, this is Andrew Chamberlain, and this is my Week 8 Java program using 5 basic selection structures. So right here, this is my main class. This is just the constructors that I have for each one of my 5 basic programs that use different selection structures. So let's go to the first one. The first one's just an if statement, so all it is if A is less than or equal to 3, you're going to print out A is less than or equal to 3. So that's a pretty basic if statement. Um, so let's just go on to the next one. So the next one I'm using an if-else selection structure. So what I use is the Boolean car equals true. I use that as my variable, and then I put it through my if and else statement. So if car equals false, it's going to print out car equals false. But if that's not the case, then it's just going to do whatever the else is, and that's system.out.println car equals true. So if the first condition is not true, then it's automatically just going to do whatever else says. So then the next selection structure that I use is a Tenney operator. So basically, I did a Boolean variable right here. So I like cars equals true. And then I made a string cars equals I like cars equals true. Then it's going to print out I like cars or I do not like cars. So it all matters if it's true or false. So if this statement is true, it's going to print out whatever the first statement is, which is I like cars. If that statement is false, then it's going to print out I don't like cars. But since the statement is true and the I like cars is true, it's going to print out I like cars instead of I don't like cars. Next one is a bunch of ifs and else ifs. So the difference between this and else's, else else's just do whatever it is if the first if statement isn't correct. Else if is just another comparison, essentially just another if, but it's related to the other else's. It's related to the other ifs. So I have these that are comparing grades. So if C is greater than or equal to 90, it's going to be an A, and so on and so forth. And if it's less than 60, then it's automatically going to be an F, so I put an else there. So that way, it automatically doesn't even have to check a condition, it can just print out the grades F. And then lastly, I used a switch selection structure. So what this switch does is essentially take an integer and assign it to a case. So my int y equals 2. So the switch essentially is going to be 2. So case 1 is print out that is case 1, or case 2 system.out.println case 2. So it's going to print out 2 because whatever that switch is what the case is going to do. So it's going to do case 2. So now I'm just going to show you what my Java program looks like when it runs. So it should display A is less than or equal to 3, car equals true, I like cars. Then what is your test score? I'll put 75. So grades a C, and I printed out case 2 because the int was 2. So now I'm just going to show you what happens when I set this to false. And then it prints out I don't like cars because that statement's not true anymore. So yeah, this is my Java Week 8 program.